And welcome back to another banger video, yo! I said I would make it if you guys liked the video, and you did. So welcome to the How to Fly the American F-104 Starfighter. Before we begin, consider dropping a like, sub, and putting on those post notifications so you never miss out on a video. And who knows, if you like this and need some help with other planes, I'll surely do my best to learn and help you guys out too. Now, why I chose this plane out of all is because it is one of my favorites. With this plane, I was able to grind 4, maybe 5 low tier planes. I don't know. All I know is I was able to skip early jets with this thing. And it has also gotten me a considerable amount of SL and research. I usually average about 2 to 4 kills per match, which is an amazing SL grind. In my opinion, this plane is definitely a good one, and it's very easy to get the hang of. But by no means am I saying this plane is the best. And I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm just saying this plane was good to me, so I'm trying to share the strategy. So feel free to leave some tips down below. Anyways, let's get right into it. So for this video, we'll be covering the A variant. I've heard not much is really different between the A variant and the C variant other than a little bit more speed and 500-pound bombs. But this thing comes stock with a 20mm cannon carrying exactly 750 rounds in the belt. This alone is amazing because a 20mm cannon will shred you, and you get 750 shots to do so. This cannon is also moderately centered, so it makes it a lot easier to hit shots. For your later modifications, you also get 2 AIM-9B Sidewinder missiles, which honestly, you're better off using your cannon. As you might already know, these missiles are not great, and your only good chance of hitting someone is if they're not paying attention and flying in a straight line. It is possible to hit them in like different scenarios, but they're not the best for going after targets. If you do find someone flying in a straight line, try to shoot your missiles from about 1.5 to 2 kilometers away. That's a good distance for the missile to be able to hit. Now, the modifications for this vehicle are pretty basic. This is why I say it's easier to get the hang of, because the stock grind is only a little different from the spaded plane. Of course, it's gonna be different, but this thing moves fast as hell regardless. This thing's movements are about 50-50. You have the speed at the expense of your turning. Although this is mainly due to the pencil-like airframe, speed doesn't help either. This thing's turn time is a whopping 36 seconds stock and 32 seconds spaded. So your goal in this plane is essentially boom and zoom. Pick a target, go for them, try your best to kill them. If you miss the first run, don't spin back. Instead, check your surroundings and look for a different target. This thing's top speed at height, around 10,600 meters, is around Mach 2. Below that, you'll still go a staggering Mach 1, and if it's spaded, you'll go about 1,400 kilometers per hour. Now, if you guys came from my short video, I had one big rule: do not climb. Well, I kind of take that back. Climbing is still a viable option in this plane. When you climb, you have a great chance of outrunning almost everything. But if you do get up tiered, you do have to worry about MiGs and their radar missiles. Although you can outrun missiles, you cannot outrun them all. So make sure to do a couple of maneuvers. For low combat, the best option that I usually use is hitting a 90-degree angle and just going like straight up. You will be most likely to bleed the missile's energy. But for high altitude, pray that your speed is enough. From my experience, climbing has worked, but not all the time. Although you are extremely fast, your turn rate worsens the higher up you go, making it a little bit harder to G-overload a missile if it's coming after you. But on the chance that you do climb, you'll experience one of two things. One, you will likely not have anyone higher than you, and you can now drop on targets and pick them off. Or two, you will experience light to moderate high altitude air combat. If you're in scenario 1, happy grinding. If you're in scenario 2, pray it's not a MiG with a radar. On the offhand it isn't, and you aren't missiled out of the sky, you can either head on them, find a way to get behind them, or if you're not confident in the fight, find another target. Personally though, I like to play close to the ground. I feel it gives a little bit more ability, and you can turn a lot better if need be. My 2 plays close to the ground are head on or flank. If you head on people, you have a greater chance of dying, but usually head on and can pay a lot more. This is due to the fact that if you go straight to where the enemies are coming from, you'll be more likely to encounter a small portion of the team. So pop shots, boom and zoom. But in my experience, if you get the hand of where your bullets are hitting at a certain distance, and you put stealth rounds in the belt and shoot first, you're likely to get the kill. And it's kind of funny to see people rage in the chat. Ew, stealth rounds. On the other hand, if you choose to flank, you have a greater chance of survival. This is because by the time you get behind them and have a great shot, they're focused on a different fight. So once again, folks, boom and zoom. And remember this, never overcommit to a target. This plane is fast, but it is very easy to get caught off guard. If you try chasing someone for too long, someone will come kill you. So my advice, always be moving to a different target. Never stay to one. Unless that you know you're safe, there's no one around you, and you know that you have the kill, like in late matches. Sticking to the ground also makes it harder for an SU or a MiG to radar lock you. So if you're ever up tiered, remember that. But since you are in early jets, when you do get your AIM-9Bs, try to go for targets who do not have flares or aren't paying attention. These are the easiest targets to get. Now have also unlocked the toxic ability of base rushing, meaning you can run to either enemy base, even the one that's covered with AA, and get some free kills. This can be done by staying close to the ground, maneuvering to G-overload the missiles, and once you have your target in sight, happy grinding. Alright, so here are my final do's and don'ts. Do, always check your surroundings. You are fast, but you still can get missiled and shot down. Do, bring 20 to 30 minutes of fuel. I personally bring somewhere around 30 to 40. Some people say it's too much, and it definitely is, but this plane does eat a lot of fuel, and I tend to just hit WEP the whole game. And do, find the playstyle that best fits you. Some people like climbing. Some people like staying low. Find whatever works best for you. Don't ever overcommit. You will get shot down. Don't ever head on a radar missile. It works in your favor very little. Trust me, I have had to learn the hard way. But do give this video a thumbs up if you guys are still watching. Feel free to cover in the comments if I missed anything or correct me. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this plane. It's just helped me, so I'm sharing what I've learned to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you just a little bit in your grind. You guys have a good day and a good night, and may the snail be with you. Peace!
Wake up, filthy.
Don't forget to subscribe.